Guys, I'm back for a scary story, and I want to tell you about what happened to me when I went with a shaman and my son to a lady's house that said that she had problems with evil spirits or ghosts or something like that. We still don't know what really happened up there at her house, but it was scary for sure. Anyway, she was telling us that she had evil spirits come around. She would see things in the hallway of her bedroom that would wake her up every night at a certain time, and she felt like something was in her room and in her bed. Not like in my bed. Yeah, he's being crazy. Anyway, so I know a shaman, and we went over there to her house, and he was talking to her and find out that everything, what was going on with her, all the scary stuff. She said that she was having electrical issues where the lights were popping on and off, and she was seeing things and hearing thunks and thuds and all kinds of stuff like that. So she needed somebody to come in there and talk to the ghost or the evil spirit to make them leave. And the shaman knows how to do it. So we went over there, and there was nobody home except for her husband, her daughter, and her daughter's boyfriend. They are teenagers, but they're like 16, 17 or something like that when we went over there. Anyway, the lady gave the shaman a tour of her house, and we're saying different things that were going on, like, oh, well, this room, I see the evil spirit. That room, we hear bangs. But all through the house, we have a problem with the lights flickering and coming off and on, and just hearing thunks and stuff like that. So the shaman says, well, let's do a cleansing. So he was talking to the spirits and everything, and he felt pretty confident that he told the spirit to go be with God, because he thought it was a spirit that needed to go be with God, that the person didn't know he had passed or she had passed, and it was causing conflict. That's what he thought. Anyway, so he did that, and we were pretty confident that everything was all cool. But he wanted to just make sure, so he poured salt all around the perimeters of her property. Oh, I got dog barking. So anyhow, he went outside and poured salt everywhere, around the fence line and stuff like that. And we're getting ready to leave. Tippy, hush. We're getting ready to leave, and we couldn't leave because now the lights had gone off. There was a big thug, and the lights went off. The thug noise was in the living room, and the lights flickered and went off, and we're thinking, oh my God. I was so scared, I didn't know what to think. So anyway, we waited for the lights to come on, but it seemed like eternity, but it was only like a minute or two or less. It might have just been like a flash or something, and I thought it was more because I get kind of scared. But anyway, the lights went off, and then we're like, oh my God. So he went to go check some electrical things because he's like a person that can do handy stuff, and to see if something was wrong. And everybody was accounted for. The husband was sleeping in a chair in the living room. The lady was talking to us, and the teenagers were sitting at the table. They were eating something. I don't know what they're eating, potato chips or something. So everybody was accountable. And I thought, well, maybe somebody's in the back doing something to scare us. But no, nobody was in the house at all, except for us, and we knew where everybody was at. And so we start talking about that, and my shaman person was looking at the light stuff, and then all of a sudden my son's car the the lights start going off and on the car, the alarm, and we were getting all freaked out, like, oh my God, somebody was outside trying to cut the lights off and scare us and stuff like that. So anyway, we all went outside to see what was going on with the car, and nobody was out there, not a soul, nobody, absolutely nobody. So because we all ran out to see what's going on with the car, we had to come back in the house and get our stuff again. How many times are we going to try to leave and then can't? But anyway, through this cleansing thing, they were talking, my shaman person was talking, using a pendulum and asking questions. And then we got the Ouija board out and we was asking questions, and they just wanted us to leave. They said they're going to kill us. We had to leave, blah, blah, blah. So, hell, we're trying to leave. Let us leave, right? Anyway, to this day, I don't know what really happened. All I know is I say that place is haunted. And she says she felt better, but they've had like a lot of really bad stuff go on. Like her husband committed suicide and just really, really bad stuff. So, I don't know. And then I have another little story to tell you. Um, Up in Susanville, there's a place called Hospital Row, and that's where the old mental institution was at, or is at, but it's condemned and everything. And Ghost Adventures had been up there and did a thing. I think I don't remember what all these shows were, but a few shows were actually filmed up there, and it is scary as shit up there. No kidding, very scary. And the thing is, you can feel people around you. You can hear people walking and nobody's there. Well, one time my young son went up there, and they have to park the car a little ways away because they can't get real close to it. And he was with he always takes like 5 to 7 people with him. And they had a couple of cars, it's safety in numbers. So anyway, they're walking down the little road up there, and all of a sudden 5 deer came out to challenge them. I'm talking like Bambi, Rudolph, those kind of deer. They came out to challenge them, and they were between the car and the institution. Well, deer run a lot faster than people, so they didn't know what to do, try to maybe scare the deer. So anyway, that's what they did. They scared the deer, but that was like really weird. Why would wild deer come out and try to scare people? This is like around hunting season too, and usually deer are like real skittish and scared around hunting season because they might end up in a bad way, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so this deer ran off, and my son and his friends, they explored the hospital, and they said that there was like evidence of where like there was like cultish stuff going on, where there was like animal sacrifices, and they could smell blood, and it was the scariest thing ever. And like I say, they said they felt like people were watching them and stuff like that. They were up there a couple times, and one time they were up there and there was like a bunch of teenage kids trying to challenge them, but my son hangs out with some pretty tough cookies, so I guess they got to go exploring and the other people just stood back. But anyway, yeah, so that's the story about that. Oh, and I got another little story to tell you. I don't live too far from Virginia City, and there's a bar up there. It's a saloon. It's very old because Virginia City is all old West stuff. And they have like a little museum in the back where the Ghost Adventure people went up there. And you can go on like a little tour, or sometimes they have this thing where you can spend the night in a haunted place up there and just hang out. So anyway, my son's band was playing. This was quite some time ago. I'd say like 5 years back, maybe. My son's band was playing, Truckee River Band, and I had to watch the merch table, and I had to pee really bad. So when the band got done playing, I said, "Here, you watch your stuff. I gotta go to the bathroom." So anyway, I ran back to the bathroom, and this is like a very old place. The floor is creak. Any little thing creaks the floor. the doors go, you know, when you go through the doors and stuff like that. Anyway, I went to the women's room, and both the stalls, the curtains were open. They did not have like, you know, like doors. They just had curtains up on these things. Both of them were open. So I go to the bathroom to the left, the stall to the left, and the right one was open. The curtain was open. I get in there, close the curtain, go pee pee, and as I was going pee pee, I was thinking, oh, I heard somebody cough. Somebody's next door. Okay. And I seen like a shadow, and I felt weird, like somebody might have been looking over the top of the stall at me, but I was looking up and I didn't see anybody. Okay. I didn't see anybody, but I seen a shadow on the floor. I go, this is kind of a scary place, isn't it? That's what I said. And I was talking to this person, but this person wasn't talking back to me. Anywho, so then I went out of the bathroom, went over to the sink and washed my hands, and I looked at I looked over to the stall beside me, and the curtain was closed. I'm like, oh, good. There's somebody actually in this bathroom. So anyway, I was washing my hands, and I was looking down, and then I looked back to the bathroom stalls to say, okay, well, I hope you don't get too scared. You really scared me. And you know what? The damn curtain was open in my stall and the stall next to me. Explain that one, people. Explain that one. And nobody could get out of the bathroom when I was standing there washing the sink because it's kind of like tight in there. So nobody could like get out of the bathroom without me seeing. And when I came out, like I say, after I got done peeing and came out and was heading towards the sink, I looked back and the curtain was closed. Washed my hands, looked down, looked back. The curtain was open and nobody was there. Strange, but true. So, I believe this is haunted. So if you have a haunted story, a scary story, tell me, okay? Comment below and let me know if you had any ghostly experiences. I have some more ghostly experiences I would like to tell you about, but I don't know if it offends people or not. So if you want to hear more scary stories that's real, comment below and let me know, and maybe I'll do this on Friday, have Frightening Friday or something, okay? And I'm getting ready to go eat my dinner, so I'm going to head over to Ghetto Mama Mukbang so I can eat my dinner and chat with you guys some more. So if you're not subscribed to Ghetto Mama Mukbang, stop over to my other channel, subscribe, and sit down and have some dinner with me. Maybe I'll tell a scary story over there. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about over there, but I'll talk about something, that's for sure. Okay, gangsters, I hope you liked my scary stories, and I will see you next video. Bye. Oops, I said I wasn't going to say that. Okay. Later, gangsters.